As we leave the Super Bowl behind, the attention of many city sports fans is turning to the upcoming baseball season. First official workout for pitchers and catchers on the Yankees and Mets is tomorrow. Players have been trickling down to Florida for the past few days. The full squads will report by the beginning of next week. Both teams found themselves in the Final Four last year, and they have similar hopes for this season. But there is one big change, a game changer. Juan Soto moving across town to Queens. Former MLB All-Star and longtime MLB Network analyst Harold Reynolds covers the league day in, day out. He is going to be hosting an episode of his show Hot Stove at the MLB flagship store in Manhattan tomorrow, but he's with us today. Harold, good morning.
Pat, good to see you. Thank you.
Hey, let's start with Juan Soto, because any story that involves both the Yankees and the Mets like that is one that every fan in the city can relate to.
No doubt about it. You knew it was going to come down to one of those two teams. And I think the Mets are looking for the headlines. They paid a lot of money to get him, but he's a tremendous player, and he'll be their franchise guy moving forward. So you don't see it very often where a player switches sides in town, but this was a big one, no doubt.
But when they sign someone like him, they're no longer really an underdog team anymore. Are they going to now compete, or are they forced to compete at a higher level?
I would say the latter. They're forced to compete at a higher level. I think that's why you saw Pete Alonso come back. I know it took a long time for Met fans to see him back in the fold, but that completes their offense. Without him, I think they'd really been lacking quite a bit. But Pete, to protect, very similar. They're looking for what they did with Aaron Judge, Soto and Judge, and then you got Pete and Soto. But I think the Mets are they're going to take off here with the way they're trying to develop a team. They've got pitching. I think guys are going to be healthy. They did a great job bringing Manaea back, who really was able to turn things around. So I think they're on their way to really turn things around, like you're saying, to really head consistently in a different direction.
So let's shift to the Yankees, because it's not like Brian Cashman was sitting on his hands in the offseason. They added an all-star starter, maybe the best closer in the game, a pair of former MVPs in the lineup now. It's nearly impossible to replace Soto, obviously, but is this team as competitive as the team we saw at the end of the year last year?
Well, you would think it's impossible to replace Soto, but I think they're better. The moves they made, if you can give me 4 all-star players, one of them being a closer, and Bellinger can play completely all over the field for you, I'll take that over Soto. I think the Yankees are better. I think they're deeper, and I think they're going to be way more fun to watch.
Before we let you go, I don't know if you're in the prediction game or not, but are there any predictions would it go to a Subway Series? Who would win in a Subway Series right now?
Well, the beauty of our schedule, we get to see them play this summer, which is great. I think they're both going to be very competitive. I think the Mets are in the toughest division in baseball. The National League East is loaded. So that's going to be a dogfight for them to the playoffs. I think they become a playoff team. And if they get hot like they did last year at the end, we'll see what happens. I think the Yankees are the favorite in the American League East and really in the American League. So if there's one team I'd say has a better direct path back to the World Series, I would say it would be the Yankees. But New York is going to be so fun this summer. And we kick it off tomorrow at the store in Manhattan on 1271 6th Avenue down there. It's going to be a great time. We'll talk about all these guys. We'll have a commissioner there, Dwight Gooden, who played on both sides of town. He'll join us too. I'm curious of his thoughts. So that's it. Excited. Thank you for having me. And I'm looking forward to Mets Yankees this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, good luck with the special broadcast tomorrow. We'll check it out. And we're getting close to the season. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Great questions. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more stories in your communities, click the subscribe button right here. You can also download our app or watch us on TV for the latest news and weather updates every 10 minutes and more. We'll see you then.